Hello everyone. First, I would like to thank the organizer for making this workshop an online event, even in this difficult period. So this presentation, I will introduce our paper called Batch Clustering for Multilingual News Streaming. This work has been conducted at the BNP Paribas, which is a French bank, with a colleague of mine, Mohamed Ajej. So in this presentation, I will first introduce you the motivation and also the topic detection and tracking task, and more precisely the story detection problem we aim to solve. Then I will describe previous works and systems which has been developed to cluster news articles. And on the third part, we will discuss our main contribution and proposed system. Then I will quickly introduce the dataset used to assess the quality of our system and the main results we got. We will be able to compare our system with previous approaches. And finally, we will suggest an area of improvement for future systems. But first, let's talk about the motivation and why do we need to process news within a bank. So this research actually is part of a more global initiative whose aim is to bring the right information to bankers all across the bank. Indeed, nowadays news are everywhere and used by many departments, and bankers need to daily read news and stay aware of what is happening to their client. For instance, to better manage their client relation, or for instance, our internal risk. So this is linked to the topic detection and tracking task, and this task refers to techniques that automatically search, organize, and structure news from various news media. So in other words, the goal is to group together articles talking about the same subject that we will call story. So we want to build such a system under two big operational constraints, which are that first we want our system to be online, as our news dataset is growing each time we receive new articles. We cannot recompute everything from scratch. So this is an important feature our systems should have. And also we want our system to be able to handle multilingual news articles, since without translating everything in one language, since valuable information can lie in articles of any language. So there are three big papers about this task. The first one is a newslet system introduced by Laban and Al. So this system processes articles per batch. So each 2 days it processes articles and link the created story across time, and it does not handle multilingual articles. So this was the former system. Then another paper written by Miranda and Al was published in 2018, and this is the first paper where they process articles in a fully online fashion. So when a new article is coming, it's directly linked or not to a story. And this is also the first system which handles multilingual articles. And the last paper is the one of Stekowski and Al, which was published last year in this text-to-story workshop, where they improve the news length pipeline, and they show that their new system yield state-of-the-art result or English news articles. So our contribution in the paper is twofold. First, we extend the news length system with a new procedure to link monolingual topics through time. We call this new method replaying strategy. And then we further extend the news length system to the multilingual setting. More precisely, we leverage a new sentence-based embedding model to represent articles in a multilingual space. And we show that our fine-tuned embedding model is able to accurately discriminate between articles of any language, talking about the same subject. So now I will present you our system. This is an overview of our system. So here each dot represents an article and the color represents a given language, so articles in a given language. So first we receive each week a new batch of articles, okay? Then we we cluster these articles to create monolingual stories, so we cluster articles per language. And then the second step of our system is to link these monolingual stories across languages in order to build multilingual stories. Then we use a replaying strategy that I will introduce later. And the aim of this replaying strategy is to link the previously computed story with the new one that we will compute when we will receive a new batch of articles. So this is the idea. Each time we receive a new batch, we cluster them in monolingual and multilingual stories, and then we use an replaying strategy in order to link these stories across time. So now, so as you understood, this is a two-step system where first we create monolingual stories and then multilingual ones. So now I will explain to you how we do to compute monolingual stories. So this is the pipeline of our system. So when we receive a new batch of articles, first we extract features for each article. These features are made of the entities, the token and the lemma in the title, the header and the body of the article. Here I provide you an example. If you take this article, for instance, the entities in the title are Brazil, Vale, the tokens in the title are Brazil, mining, giant, and so on. So we use these features to represent articles. Then we compute similarities between each articles, and this provides us an adjacency matrix, a graph, and we use a community detection algorithm in order to detect the stories in this graph. And this gives us the monolingual stories. So how do we do to compute similarities between articles? Let's consider two articles, AA and AJ. For each article, you have 9 representative vectors. So for instance, the entity in the title. And then to compute the similarity between these two articles, we just compute a linear combination of the cosine similarity between each pair of representative vectors. And the weight of this linear combination are language specific, since we are using the training part of a dataset and fit a logistic regression in order to get these beta k parameters. Then we got an adjacency matrix, so a graph of articles. Each node represents an article, and then we have the similarity between articles. And we prune this graph, because this graph is very well and very dense. We prune this graph by just keeping the ages having a weight greater than a given threshold T1. So all the pair of articles having a similarity greater than this threshold are kept, and the other one are left. This allows us to prune our graph, and then we can use a community detection algorithm, such as the Louvain community detection algorithm, in order to detect the community in this big graph of articles. So here, as you can see, this is just an example, a subgraph of our real graph. And here, as you can see, you have a big community here. And here we have two well-linked communities, but which are still linked by one age. So by two articles are linked, and using this Louvain community detection algorithm, we are able to well define the stories, so our communities. And now that I explained how do we do to cluster articles within one language, how do we do to link this cluster through time? So how do we do to link these stories to time? And here is our replaying strategy. At time t, we have articles. These the dot are articles that we cluster into some stories. Okay. Then at time t+1, we have a new batch of articles, and we compute the similarity between each article with the centroid of the previously computed stories. Okay. And when we have one similarity between one previously computed story and one new article which is greater than the threshold T1, then we will replay all the articles contained in this story for the next clustering step. And this, doing so, we are able to observe some phenomena, for instance, subsisting topics, where new articles are contributing to the previously computed stories. We can also observe merging topics, where two well-defined stories are linked. And we can also observe splitting topics, where the stories are splitting. And now, so this is how we do to create our monolingual stories. And now, how do we do to build the multilingual stories? So to build the multilingual stories, we compute the articles representation into a multilingual space. And in order to do so, we leverage of the sentence-Berth model, and more precisely, we fine-tune a Distill-Berth model using the triplet loss function. And then the multilingual representation of a story is just given by the average of the multilingual representation of articles belonging to this story. So we use the training part of our dataset in order to create labeled sentence triplets. So the anchor and the positive examples are articles in different languages coming from the same story, while the negative example are articles in different languages and stories than the anchor. So we fine-tune the multilingual DistilBERT model using the concatenation of the title and body articles for 15 epoch on 6,000 semi-hard triplet selected at each epoch. So other training hyperparameters are reported in our paper. And now that we are able to project monolingual stories into a multilingual space, we can link these stories across time. And to do so, we use English as a pivot language and compute similarity between each non-English stories and English ones. So here AJ is a story A in German, AE is story A in English, and so on. And we end up with two bipartite graphs that we prune using a threshold T2. So we remove edges between stories having a similarity lower than each threshold. And now, as you can see, we have to choose the optimal assignment across languages. Indeed, we do the hypothesis that only one monolingual story can contribute to a multilingual one. Otherwise, it means that we've made a mistake during our monolingual story creation procedure. So in order to solve our optimal assignment problem, we use the Hungarian algorithm, allowing us to solve this problem in a polynomial time. We use as a cost matrix the adjacency matrix of the bipartite graph, and aim to find the one-to-one assignment, maximizing the sum of the similarities between the paired stories. So now I will quickly talk to you about our result. So the dataset we use for our experiments come from the paper of Miranda and al. So we will compare our system to the three paper I introduced previously. So the dataset is made as follows, with the title, headline, and body of articles, the date, the language, and an ID also mentioning the story to which an article is belonging. So articles are in English, Spanish, and German, 3 languages. The metric used, we will look at the precision, recall, and F1, the usual one, where, for instance, true positive is the number of correctly clustered together article pairs. And we will also look at the B-cubed version of this matrix. This version was used in the paper of Stekovsky and al. So we'll use the same one because it fits well our use case and the task we aim to solve. Here, as the monolingual result. So in the monolingual setup, we can observe that for each language, our method produces a number of clusters closer to the reality. And then on English document, our method generates the best F1 and accuracy scores. And however, when looking at the B-cube matrix, we can see that our system ranks second after the method introduced in Stekovsky and al. But nevertheless, for the 2 other languages, which are German and Spanish, our method surpasses the system introduced in Miranda and al. And sometimes, even if our system is less precise than the one of Miranda and al, it displays a much higher recall, yielding better standard and B-cubed F1 scores. In the multilingual clustering setting now, we compare our system to the one of Miranda and al, which is the only system handling multilingual news articles. And we can see here that our systems display again a better F1, precision and recall scores. And these results show that our improved system is able to both better organize monolingual stories and link these stories over languages, making use of our fine-tuned DistilBERT embedding model. So now, just to talk quickly about future works. So for future works, we are currently benchmarking using SentenceBERT to get an article embedding able to accurately discriminate between articles of different stories, but within the same language. So we are looking at if it's better than using TF-IDF features. And then an important point of the system is the computational time. and this has not been assessed yet. So we planned to precisely measure each part of our system, which part of the system is taking more time. And finally, from now, as we didn't have any business requirement, we didn't link stories stopping and reappearing, but we should think about handling this case. Thank you.